There we go. I don't know what that was about. They start buffering as soon as you hit me with the donation, fam. You might be careful about the way you throwing that money around. Good morning. I had to reload the chat. The other one, it started to update for some reason. Okay. Yeah, y'all come on over here. Y'all come on over here. Good morning. Let me abort this other one. I don't know how that was going on. All right, we good. Okay, Alamo, good morning. Low 74, 174, good morning. I don't know what that was about. I think my the Mac started updating. I had scheduled update this morning, I guess. Anyway, did y'all watch the Drink Champs interview with Beanie Sigel? Took us back to the days of the rock. Y'all come on in. We need to talk about this. This is good stuff. North Philly in here. We're going to wait for a few more people to come over from the other chat. The other one was aborted. I don't know what was happening. Kaheem, I'm trying to tell him. The Beanie Sigel interview was flames. I don't like how Nori forced them drinks on him. Maybe y'all should start speaking about the drink aspect of Drink Champs. Maybe they should have some non-alcoholic beverages there, or they should have some juices there. You know what I mean? Alamo said there's no way Nori can beat Beans. No. Not at all. Y'all share this live, man. Nasir, good morning. BB, good morning, baby. Are you new? Are you a new subscriber? I ain't never seen you in the chat before. Anyway, what you think about Westbrook? That's on my sports channel. Go over there and subscribe. I just did a video about what I did, what I felt about it. Gully TV Sports. He said Nori be high. He kept trying to pass Petey the blunt. He didn't even attempt to try to force drinks on Vince Staples. One thing about being in front of the camera, people notice your habits. If you do anything out of the ordinary, people are going to immediately notice. Low 174 said Nori got more hits. Beans is a better rapper. When you say he got more hits, you're talking about shit that went big. Like, what? You talking about that and with Pharrell and shit like that. He got some joints that went over. He do. Beanie never went over, I don't think. Never, ever. Rock the Mic was the closest Beanie got to going over. Sometimes from the Belly soundtrack, you might catch that on the radio every now and then. Hit the like button. Peace. Dope interview on Planet Asia. Yeah, I'm going to start uploading the interviews in their entirety. You might get a couple of clips, so you probably can select the topic that you want. But once you sit down and watch, I think connection is going out again. Peace. New sub in here from Maryland, Anissa Devlin. Good morning. I hope you're enjoying the show. This is a hip-hop platform, you know what I'm saying? Gully TV, predicated upon hip-hop, sports, and fashion and shit. You're going to see some fly shit here for yourself or your guy and shit. We do the You know, we do fashions for both sexes and shit. I cover fashions for both sexes. Illa G got a song out right now with my man Franchise Liaison. He said, Gully got that cheap ass net. No, I probably got like 15 devices hooked up to it and shit. I just cut a phone off. I got another one right here. Anyway, I like how they talked about syrup, that been a Philly thing. Yeah, they probably gave y'all some history about J Street. 17th and Jefferson was a famous block for the syrup. Nori has a problem with letting the guest speak and finish the topic. He'll cut you off and go in a different direction before the main point is made. It's a skill. Alden Gilmore, Erie. Lakers think about bringing Dwight back for a third time. I like the move. I liked it too. I like it too. I didn't like that we let him go. He played great for us in the finals. As a matter of fact, that dude from Utah was giving us problems until we put Dwight on his ass. Dwight slowed him the fuck down, went in there and beat on him a little bit. Anyway, let's on topic now. It's 100 people here. Everybody else, they'll feel that. Y'all like this? Beanie Sigel is the 17-minute portion in his interview. He discussed the situation that led to Jay-Z. I always knew urban legend. I thought it was an urban legend. Now we know that it's 100% true. I was locked up. I was in Albion. I played basketball and worked out with Bean's first cousin. His name is Pooh Presley. Wild ass nigga from South Philly. Wild as hell. Beanie rapped about him on a song, Look at Me Now. He said, couldn't play with cousin Pooh. They thought I was mocking him. Pooh was a buck wild nigga from South Philly. I was up at Albion with. When he got out, he sent us pictures with the rock chain on and the Bentley the Beanie had and all of that shit. So yeah, he's very close to the situation. I worked in the kitchen with him during the time that everything was going on at Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? And during the time that Beanie was in trouble, we worked in the kitchen together and played basketball together. So we getting fresh pictures from Beanie Sigel and them niggas, and we getting fresh info every day, right? When Beans went to court, I guess the prosecutors or the judges had Jay-Z on the stand or had Jay-Z in questioning, and they asked him, they said, hey, if we turn this young man loose, can you are you responsible for him? Can you tell us that you'll be responsible for him? Jay-Z said, no. Hey, yo! Hov said no. Hov said no. Now listen to how now watch and look how everything played out. Let's check Hov's decision-making skills. Jay-Z's a billionaire now. It seemed that Jay-Z normally got away from anybody that was acting up. If you was a liability or anybody that was acting up, he gradually got away from y'all. Jay-Z is doing tours with this nigga. Jay-Z know him. Jay-Z is seeing his day-to-day activities. Go look at backstage. Go look at backstage. Beanie Sigel beating on DJ Clue. Beanie Sigel beating on DJ Clue on road. Bust his mouth, playing around. Right? They got another scene that was on MTV. They had a scene on MTV. They was in a club. And they was walking through a club. And somebody either threw something at Beanie and them or touched them. Whatever the case, he jumped over the motherfucking barrier and ran into there wrecking. You feel me? So he said, I remember MTV Beans jumped in the crowd. Yeah. Now he's doing all of this shit in front of this guy, in front of Jay-Z, who's always displayed an aura and conduct of a nigga that's way, withdrawn. He be on some chill shit. The judge asked Jay, can I trust you? Can I trust him with you? And he said no. What do y'all believe? Who y'all feel that was at fault? My opinion was Jay-Z's running a company, and not only that, Jay-Z has a rap career of his own. Jay-Z is featuring this guy on records with them. They right there. You feel me? He getting caught with hammers. He doing all of the extra shit on the streets and shit. Don't think that a guy like Jay-Z was comfortable around Beanie's peers. The dudes from South Philly, the niggas that Beanie was bringing around and shit, Ho probably was terrified of them niggas. You feel me? Ho probably was 100% terrified of them niggas. You hearing the stories and shit. When he introduces his peers and shit, yo, who this though? This is my man such and such from the Bay family, South Philly. Jay-Z know who the Bay family is. All you gotta do is Google it and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he like, man, this shit is from South Philly. That's something that he clarified in the interview, that he's from South Philly. Let me explain. This is my experience as a character. No matter where you at, if there's a group, South Philly is always going to be a subculture within the group. Like if there's 50 people standing out in an amusement park, you're going to see 5 or 6 guys standing off to the side. And they look like the business. That's South Philly and shit. That's South Philly. You know what I mean? It's small. I've said this before on this platform. The noise that 100 guys from North Philly will make, 6 or 7 will make that noise. If 6 or 7 South Philly niggas will raise that same hell. I seen them do it and shit. My man said South Philly the most aggressive. I'm just keeping it G. If you new and being exposed to them, it might take you a minute to say, yo, these dudes is a little different than the rest of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like they totally different. Fahim Perkins says, South Philly is like Brooklyn. Got it. Jay, absolutely correct. Beanie was a walking time bomb. I think Beanie went on to the feds after this situation when when the courts asked Jay-Z would he be responsible for Beanie Sigel. I think Beanie ended up going to the feds for something after that, or went to go do some time after that. Yeah, because after he did his time and shit, he was like, he wasn't no longer closer to the rock like he used to be after that. Jay-Z just wanted to be next to them Bloombergs, and he will sell and do anything to be there. He used people as leverage to get where he's at. Jay never gave a fuck about Philly. Why do you say he used leverage on people? How can you say Jay-Z took advantage of anybody? He spit that shit. Man. He conjured that shit up and he spit it and he put them on songs and shit. He did. You need to tell me. You need to give me something. Every time a record label or somebody, or every time it's somebody successful, you're going to have a bunch of niggas with a story blaming them for their lack of success. I don't understand that shit. North Philly, what up? He said, I'm telling you, there's something in the water in South Philly. All that industrial shit seeping into the water. Had a Paisan from there, real nut. South Philly toughest hoods can't stand it with North toughest hoods. You probably right about that, but I'm talking about as individuals and shit. I seen them. I seen the aura. I see y'all know what's up with South Philly. I ain't gotta say nothing. South Philly is Beanie Sigel. Hip hop's first real taste of graphic super gangster shit was when Beanie Sigel came around. It was other niggas doing gangster raps before. Scarface. I'm talking about from an East Coast perspective and shit. That those songs that Beanie was singing, "What's Your Life Like" and shit, that was shit that hadn't been heard in no, that shit hadn't been heard in hip hop. That shit was bone chilling. The song, yo, from Boys to Men to the End of the Road, yo, we boys to the end. Never been in a cold. All of that shit. That shit. Those are life altering songs and shit. He said the breakdown was epic. Beanie had a good run. He should be satisfied with his career. I don't think he should be satisfied. His voice got compromised, but Beanie was a horse at a point in time. He was right next to fucking Jay-Z. He on This Can't Be Life with Jay-Z and Scarface and shit. Like he's in that one song about their fathers. He got out on Jay-Z. I think it's called. Let me see. One of them songs he got out on Jay-Z. It might be Still Got Love for You. Can you let me in the cold? One of them joints he got off on Jay-Z. Seriously. And that's hard to say that. It might have been the first one. He said Beans had the best verse on every song with Jay-Z. I don't know about that. At one point, Beans was better than Jay. Where have you been? Once again, his own Beans got off too. Hula hoop bob wire. Hey yo, he said my gun spit like fast forwards on. Beans let the streets get the best of him. Beans' verse on the last two with Young Chris and Freeway is epic. Beans killed that interview, one of Nori's best drink champs. That's because it's all real and he ain't gonna cut no he's not gonna sugarcoat anything. Beanie's his point in the interview was this. He was like, you know, when Hov said that he wouldn't vouch for him and shit, he said, man, I'm thinking, you know, this is La Familia. We family, we all in and all of this shit. Peace Gully, it was a great interview. Proud of Nori for not cutting the boy off as much. Schoolie D did a good job on describing Philly. Amir Fernandez, I appreciate your donation and good morning. He said you'd rather slide down a razor blade sliding board. He said, stop making excuses for these idiots who had a chance at something special. I don't know what's up with Beans musically now, but that music that he put out back in the day, that shit can't be disturbed. That shit solid as a motherfucker. Beans explains the industry was never his plans. He just lucked up at being in the right place at the right time. Hula hoop bob wire. Walk through hell with gasoline drawers on. You dress cute when the war's on. Oh, man. Can't have a career in jail. Yeah, him going to the feds definitely affected his. Pooh used to be telling us everything. When Jay-Z wouldn't come to, I think Jay-Z didn't come to his court hearing or something like that. They felt some type of way about that shit. I remember it. I'll tell you the years this was going on. This was going on in like 2004. This incident that Beanie Siegel's talking about with Jay-Z, this happened in like 2003 or 2004. He said Beans damn near destroyed the Lox by himself. He said, so he should stop crying and move on. He didn't sound like he was crying to me. They asked him what happened. This is the first time he's ever said that to the public, to my knowledge. I've been knew about that shit. He said, your moderator's on some bullshit. They not playing. Big Neff ain't playing with you niggas. I seen dice games with Beans and Mackie Woods. Beans got mad. He lost 20K, went in a Bentley and went to sleep with a baby Uzi tied around his neck. He said, y'all wasn't there. He didn't sound bitter to me either. He didn't. And to this day, Beanie Siegel's the face of Philly hip-hop. Can't nobody surpass that. Not in the foreseeable future. Not in the foreseeable future do I see anybody surpassing Beanie Sigel as the face of hip-hop in Philadelphia. If you want to know who the face of hip-hop, that was him sitting at that table on Drink Champs. He took it to the God level. He said, what'd he say? He said, when you see me in the Rover with the God MC, Jehovah, remember that 1,000 bars with Memphis Bleak? Remember that shit? Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Beanie Sigel and Memphis Bleak. Oh, my goodness. Beanie Sigel and Memphis Bleak. Beanie Sigel and Memphis Bleak, they was Ho's little grizzly bears at the time. He would turn them niggas loose on a motherfucker. Remember that? Who the fuck want what? Who want what? Beans had state property, pro kids, movies, cartoon. He was just wilding. That's South Philly shit. Good morning to everybody. We talking about Beanie Siegel's Drink Champs interview where he said Jay-Z told the courts that he wouldn't be held responsible for Beanie's conduct. Me personally, I think he did the right thing, but I would have got him out. If it came down to him leaving the courtroom that day, I don't know if he was booked or confined that day. I would say, yeah, I would have definitely got him out and shit. But I understand Jay-Z's a different type of nigga, man. He moved different. He everything. He said Bleak is trash. You crazy as fuck. In his prime, Bleak was one of them niggas. Bleak was one of them niggas in his prime. Y'all couldn't have been there. Y'all couldn't have been there. I'm young Memphis. Used to play The Apprentice. Now I'm like the teacher. Come here, let me teach you how to play the benches. Hold this work in your dentures. How to play it cool when police come to pinch you. Y'all know nothing about that. He said Bleak got about five, 6 facts. He said, yeah, get him out of here. Relax, mommy, let the Belvy flow. Inhale the dro, exhale the slow. I could teach you how to roll, teach you about fly kicks, teach you how to keep your nose out of my shit. When the pager goes off, please don't reach like you put a ring of spin cheese on Bleak. Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all better go look. Yeah, I get high. Man, I was in college when Bleak was out. Y'all bugging. Bleak solo joint, We Them Hustlers with Beanie Sigel. That shit was hard as fuck. Rockefeller didn't put out no garbage. The Rock didn't put out no garbage. They didn't. Bleak's other solo, I think it was called Made Man or some shit like that. I don't know about that, but when the Rock was all together, He said Bleak the most loyal nigga in the rap game. He said that on the song Coming of Age. Rockefeller had one of the greatest runs in hip hop. Facts. For the fam. Right. Right. Exactly. Y'all share this live. We got a few people in here misguided they misled on the history of the Rockefeller dynasty. Y'all know they used to call them niggas the dynasty, right? He said, choke no joke, love Jay-Z again. Hove made Bleak trash when he told him that he was the next Jay-Z. Nah, he said Beanie Sigel would be the sequel. Good morning, everybody. It's 700 people here. Like the video. Pump this shit up. He said, wish that fire song you played by Andre 3000 on one of your lives. It probably was Benz or a Beamer or some shit like that. It could be Sorry with T.I. How do y'all feel about, what's y'all opinion? I want to get some opinions in the chat about Jay-Z telling the chorus that he didn't want to be responsible for Beanie Sigel. I don't think, peace. I don't think that, I don't think he was wrong. Jay-Z was running a company and shit. He was running a company. He didn't feel he could handle Beanie. Jay made a business decision. I agree. Nah, this ain't Jigga. This your little nigga Bleak. Performing to you motherfuckers live from the streets. Y'all remember that shit. Park the car. Keep the keys. Find a little hood rat. Creep the Mickey D's. First gun, 2 bullets. Niggas know I do pull it. Y'all don't remember that. He set fucking Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life CD off. Y'all better put some fucking respect on Bleak's name. Jay-Z is not a babysitter. Jay knew he didn't need him anymore, honestly. Another Chicago drill rapper got killed. What else is new? Jay knew the elevation of his own career, business decision, but should have got Bean's word to try to save him. He said, stop pumping Bleak, Gully. Put some respect on his name, y'all. Period. He said, these kids bugging trying to diss Bleak. Bleak had poor promotion. Bleak was all right, man, period. Make DeHaven's points about his character. I listened to DeHaven speak about the things that was going on with Jay-Z. I never listened to DeHaven's story before until just like a week ago. I sat and listened to everything he said about how he got mistreated after he got arrested and shit like that. I believe everything DeHaven said. That's fucked up. Sometimes niggas in the streets, they be happy when certain power players be out of the way and shit. Like him and Jay-Z, they might have been friends or appeared to be friends and shit, but Once he stumbled and shit, some niggas be like, well, it's all about me now and shit. You know, he done fucked up. Let me get away from him and shit. It's a selfish gesture, but it happens in the streets all the time and shit. And this what happens when that happens. The nigga who went to jail or the nigga who stumbled, the guy who ended up making it or the guy who we end up knowing about, he take a lot of shit from that nigga who stumbled. He take a lot of shit, fresh game, philosophies, different shit. And I know that's what happened between them two. I know it. I know it. He said Jay-Z did the right thing in court. Being responsibility record at the time wasn't good. I would have done the same thing business wise. People have to look at the bigger picture. Beans got his voice back. I seen that video. I couldn't tell whether or not his voice was. I need to hear him. I need to hear him. He said swagger jackers. Yeah, I seen that happen and shit. Flavor Flav got a new podcast. First interview was Mike Tyson. I know that's going to be pretty good. I'm going to have to check that out. They don't be wanting the world to see who they emulating. That's facts. That's facts. Me, I just wrote a book. It'll be out soon. And a lot of the book is me giving props to older niggas and shit. As a matter of fact, I wrote a chapter called The Truck Jewelry Era. And I talked about all of the rope rocking niggas in my life and shit. Some niggas don't have that trait in them to give other niggas props and shit. I think it's some insecure sucker shit. I think it's an ugly trait, but I don't know. I couldn't let my peoples go to jail. Me neither. Me neither. Jay ain't his daddy. Beans got to be responsible for Beans. I get that too. It seems y'all failed at canceling Vlad. His channel was thriving still. Vlad channel was booming at 1,000 watts. And Vlad is paying guests. I understand if you do the math, if you pay somebody for an interview and you keep the interview for life, you probably recoup what you know. I don't know his situation, but I do know he's paying people. That's why his influx of talent is so fluid like that. You know what I'm saying? The rest of us, we out in the streets doing leg work, emails, Twitter connections. Here's what it is. He said that shit ain't thorough. The walls is another world, and I don't wish that on no one. I know, but Jay-Z didn't put him in court. He didn't put him in handcuffs. He didn't have nothing to do with none of that shit. Beans needed someone to watch him. Can't. Nigga from South Philly. He said that's the progress of Vlad TV. Niggas get paid now. I believe he pay him. Gene Deal just got on there. I believe they might have some differences or some conflict before. I don't know. But Gene Deal just got on there. I know he paid Gene. I believe they said it in the interview and shit. Niggas who don't like accepting accountability will blame Jay-Z. T. Johnson, I appreciate your donate. I appreciate your super chat. Bleak, my mind right is nasty. I used to write to the wall about the Porsche. Now I write for those. Now I write for the house and the Rob report. Nigga never been held accountable. I hear you. Let's be for real. He messing up J Money by keep going to jail. I'm glad you said that. I heard Diddy say something that was real powerful, meant a lot, right? Diddy was like, people be talking about me cheating these niggas out of money or beating people for money and shit like that. He said, let me tell you about getting beat for money. He said, he basically said getting beat for money is G Dep confessing to a fucking murder for 20 years ago. He said, I had money and shit tied up into that shit. So that's one investment. Boom, went to the penitentiary. He said, then I got Black Rob. This is another investment of mine and shit. This is an investment. Black Rob doing the Black Rob shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shine goes to jail. Big gets killed. Puffed and Tell Shine to let that hammer off in the spot. Up in, I believe Shine understood the level of danger who he was dealing with. That nigga Matthew Scar Allen, that Shine was into it with that night, that situation. He was like that in the streets. He get busy. So again, people sometimes don't look at the fact that when them niggas go to jail, when them niggas getting high, when them niggas doing anything besides producing music, the company ain't earning nothing. You feel me? He said, wasn't Shine trying to save Diddy? Man, Shine was trying to save everybody present. I believe Shine was trying to save everybody present. I don't know if Diddy knew who Scar was all like that. Shine knew who he was. Charleston White said Lad pays him $5,000 and he secretly records his interviews from his phone. Beans admitted that he was wild and out of control, leaving guns in hotel rooms under Rockefeller name. He could have put the whole camp in jeopardy. He said Shine didn't have no issue with Scar. I know, but he was with Diddy. Shine was, standing next to Diddy or whatever. I believe he knew what type of danger was present. He already said it. He already said it. He was like, I'm getting down for him. This guy changed my life. He took me out of the streets. I got a record deal and shit. Shine did the loyal thing. If he wasn't beating niggas, I'm sure a lot of them wouldn't have been in the positions they was in. And Diddy switched up lawyers on Shine and was paying witnesses to testify against Shine. Bean said he pulled out a pistol on Leor. Yeah, he used to have Uzis and shit all the time. Somebody got into something. I think somebody was fucking with Kanye West somewhere. And Beans. He said this video is sponsored by Bitcoin. I said, nah, it's sponsored by Global Currency and shit. Y'all know who that is. Fuck with them, support them. They sent me a package and shit. My email address is in the bottom. You want to do some advertising, it's simple. Jay Tatum, I appreciate your super chat. Do you remember when Diddy said that he was giving Shine $1 million for every year? Nah, that's crazy. Kanye was about to get robbed, exactly, in a restaurant somewhere. Kanye was about to get robbed, and Beans came through with a Mac. Right. How do I get my dribble right? Gully TV World, or you can go to my website, therealdribble.com and shit. You get all that Fly Dribble God merch. Yeah. Didn't somebody throw some money at Diddy? That's how it started. Yeah, that was Matthew Scar Allen from Brooklyn. There's a whole lot more to that story. There's a ghost player that was involved in that no one talks about. I believe that. Bean saved Kanye. He said, so Kanye should sign him. Y'all remember when Mos Def dissed Leor? A lot of people are dissed him. 'Em. Dame wasn't the only one. Jay couldn't achieve all of this without losing a few friends. Them niggas wasn't dealing with gang chiefs, they were CEOs. Exactly. Good interview with the Aki Beanie Sigel. If y'all didn't see it yet, make sure y'all go check that shit out. Brian Hood, tweet them niggas. Make sure you go check out the interview, Beanie Sigel on Drink Champs. Some people saying it's the hottest Drink Champs this far. I knew Beanie was gonna give it up. I knew he was. After them niggas being on Drink Champs, I don't think that they gonna have no verses now. Shit. I don't. The Dips and the Lox set, the Lox and the Dip set is 2 days from now. You can check it out. Yeah, check that shit out. Just saw your interview with Mickey Fax. He killed Royce. I'm gonna stand down on that. You heard the song. You heard the song. Jay knew that it was gonna be lonely at the top and jam-packed at the bottom. He said they still having the verses. Dame was using company money without telling Jay. Did Beans talk about how young Chris birthed Jay's flow from 2001 to 2004? I don't know why y'all be saying that shit, yo. I don't know why y'all be saying that, man. Do you do know that Jay-Z had a Reasonable Doubt album out before he even got around them, right? I think he might have also had the Hard Knock Life joint out before he even got around them. He took that part about the whisper flow. He took that. No, I'm God body. Jay was nice in 96. Exactly. Exactly. Summer of 96. Drink Champs don't show DC no love. Why? Probably got to get Wale on there, get an artist. Got to get somebody on there. Bro, he jacked young Chris. Y'all could say that to y'all blue in the face, man. Tell me this, right? If the flow worked for Hove, why didn't it work for Chris? Period. I'm going to say that again. If the flow was so dynamic that he had to jack it, why did it work for him and it didn't work for him? He said DC has no rappers. They do got rappers. He said that's the only part he had to take. Hey, man. Hey, man. Knowledge. He's still back. He's still Jack Chris flow like Biggie's lyrics. I don't know what's y'all hang up, man. Y'all couldn't have heard the same music that I heard. Why did Jay get bigger than DMX even though X smoked him in a battle? Maybe because X smoking other shit. Wasn't focused on his career. Jay-Z did everything correct. The people that he stepped away from, every decision that nigga made, every decision that he made was the correct one. It was the correct one. You see where he at right now. You see how that shit unfolded. Y'all like this video. Get the likes up to 500. It's almost 900 people in here. Oskino accuses Jay of stealing songs and lines from them. I interviewed fucking Emilio Sparks. Emilio Sparks, I did a whole DVD doc. One of my first documentaries ever is called Let the Sparks Fly. I had that shit in the streets. On that documentary, he said that he gave him the song, yo. He gave him that song. He didn't know the magnitude of what he was doing. Maybe he should have got some type of documents in order, but he gave him the song. I just told y'all A nigga that was on my platform gave Fat Joe his song. Eagle Eye TV, good morning. Dame established Jay-Z. Let's talk about that for a minute. Obviously, Dame has super leverage. Obviously, Dame has super reverence at the time because I think Reasonable Doubt belonged to Dame. I think Reasonable Doubt belongs to Dame, right? So how you feel about Styles P? Styles is balling. He said he gave Jay the song. Jay linked up with Pharrell and even kept Sparks on the hook and in the music video. He said Sparks said it in numerous interviews. He gave it to him. Exactly. He said gave him the song and still couldn't get a feature from him later. Them niggas was doing wrong, man. Do y'all know this dude is watching everything that they doing, man? Do you know he's watching everything that they doing? All of the getting high, all of the pistols, machine guns, all of that wild shit. He's watching that shit, man. He said, "Yeah, Dame won't let Jay buy it back." Yeah, if Dame Dash owns Reasonable Doubt, that says that he had super leverage and super reverence and super relevancy in Jay-Z's life at the time. Can't take it away from him, and obviously you can't take the album away from him. Big said he ain't giving his half up. Them niggas trying to Dame said Jay tried to lowball him. He should just keep it, man. Just live off of it. He ain't gonna get that shit up. He ain't gonna sell that shit or nothing. Them niggas just gonna put their feet up and just max that out. I would. NFT, exactly. Biggs already sold his half. I ain't know that. Dame said Biggs had all the money once Jay snatched his self-esteem. Dame and Biggs had all the money once Jay snatched his self from his sponsor. They sold Rockefeller to Def Jam and Leor gave it back to Jay. Dame is still salty about that. Master of Zeros, I appreciate your super chat. Harrisburg all day. PA. What part of Harrisburg you from, pimp? The royalties alone in a year is a few million. Yeah. For a long time, Reasonable Doubt wasn't on YouTube and shit. I work out to shit like that. Now, some of them songs is on YouTube. For a minute, you couldn't get no Jay-Z music on YouTube or like that. Not unless it was uploaded by a regular person. Like they had removed that shit from YouTube. He said facts. Him and Prince wasn't fucking for YouTube. Reasonable Doubt, not on no streaming sites, only Tidal. They just finally put Reasonable Doubt on Spotify. See? You couldn't listen to that shit. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand. What cities up in here? What cities is up in here? It's 1,000 people in here. Like the video. We'll give y'all another 10 minutes. I appreciate y'all for waking up with the dribble. He said it's the music, the YouTube music division. What's your take on the Lakers? I hope it work out. Shit like that, the shit that we just assembled, that shit normally don't work out. Let's just keep it real. It normally don't work out and shit. What's your thoughts on DaBaby? I fuck with him. I fuck with him. He's a hard ass young nigga. I fuck with him. I fuck with him. I like his style. I like that he ain't backing down from them people. And fuck them people who tried to diss him. Questlove and Madonna and all these people that y'all don't fuck with us. Y'all don't fuck with hip hop. Y'all not in tune with this shit. Questlove, you don't fuck with DaBaby. You're not tripping off that shit. He made tweets with his name in it talking about, yeah, I scratched him off my list. He don't even care about you, man. He don't even probably about don't even know who you is and shit. He about don't even know who you is. Like to him, you just the nigga from the with the afro from the Roots. That's all he know about you and shit. Madonna, like she's no factor in music. All these people talk about they stepping away from that shit is like laughable. Shit corny. He said, that's right, DaBaby from Queen City, my neck of the woods. He's saying what the fuck he want, man. Some of the shit that he said probably shouldn't have been said, but that's how he felt. And we know the point that he was trying to make. Everybody know the point that he was trying to make. You feel me? He was trying to upstage everything that Lil Nas X was trying to. He was trying to upstage everything that Lil Nas X was trying to impose on hip hop. He got his moment and he started to attack that. And he probably went left with it, but what he said, the shit that his objective, we understand it, and it's hip hop. This shit is masculine. Shout out to DaBaby. 13th Street, but I'm a powerhouse uptown if you get my drift. Master of Zeros, I appreciate your super chat. He said facts, plus he one of the most hard cats we've seen in some years. He said it went over people's head. My man said Madonna is a coke his head. He said DaBaby said they trying to get him to do some goofy shit, so now they trying to destroy him. They can't. They can't. All of that, like, he losing sponsors and shit like that. Long as he has his core audience, hip hop, he's gonna be all right. You ain't got nothing to worry about, my nigga. We ain't going nowhere. Real recognize real. That nigga real. That nigga's a field nigga. He a field nigga. Should be more of them. It's either that or Lil Nas X. Fuck. How you feel about Major Change now getting booked? I can't keep up with all these young niggas going to jail, man. These niggas love jail. They love jail. They love getting indicted. They love jail. I can't keep up with it. He said, what's wrong with being pro-heterosexual? Man, you got it. Al, I appreciate your super chat. You paid for me to see that. I see you. He said he's trolling to promote his new video and song. The label ain't dropping him, so exactly. He said he's trolling. He's not trolling. That's not trolling. That's not trolling. The game is weird now. Capital the boss. He came with $2. DaBaby shows still selling out. You think Beanie Sigel was street before the Lox? I don't know what you mean by street before the Lox, but his shootings, his being in Slayton Farms, he was always a problem youth and shit. I think some of the Lox, I think, was probably the same way and shit. But Beanie is from South Philly. That ain't Yonkers. That's two different things. He said you blocked me. No, I didn't. I got I got moderators. They probably booked you. I heard Diddy is coming out the Clizzards. You got to be careful with your scissor on this motherfucker, man. They be booking niggas straight up. Everybody else gets to be themselves except heterosexual black men. Beanie Sigel was talented, but ODB would destroy him lyrically. Beans is a legend. I liked him more than Jay-Z. Can y'all like the video? It's 1,000 people in here. Good morning to everybody. I appreciate y'all time. Who wins in a versus? Nori versus Beans? Probably Beans. Beans' music is gonna get more of a reaction and shit. I meant album-wise. We Are the Streets was before Beanie Siegel's first album. Oh, that ain't the album that anybody got to worry about in a battle with the Lox. It's the Lox debut album that you got to worry about. Let's Start All Over. You got to worry about that. You got to worry about who's not to be fucked with. You got to worry about that. He said facts, and as long as you don't have to throw on no skirt like a rap artist, I would never be expected to do that. You fuck that up. You need commas and punctuation. Know the truth. Good morning. Peace, God. Appreciate your donation and your super chat. Kenny LaFortune, what's good? You be here often. Hold on. I'm gonna catch you when you come around again. Lox can perform that cream freestyle in the garden. People gonna go crazy. If they can do freestyles and shit like that or shit from mixtapes, Lox got so much music. They got so much music. Big Neff, make sure you in here cleaning this shit up, man. It's a lot of people in here. I see some bots. Did y'all see Mikey T standing outside Gilly show and couldn't get in? That was his birthday party. That was Gil's birthday party. How big would the crowd be for the verses? Are they allowing people to get in? I heard you got to be vaccinated. I don't know. He said, Dipset and the Lox. We didn't play that out west. Y'all missed out. We was listening to y'all shit. You can watch it on TV. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Anonymous, you that hasn't been confirmed. I don't know nothing about that. I just seen J Hood on Yuck Mouth show out there in Cali and shit. Shout out to J Hood. Lord Jamar's buzz died after he left Vlad. That's 100% false. Why would Lord Jamar continue to sit on Vlad's couch when he can go and establish his own brand, the Godcast? Shout out to the Godcast. Lord Jamar, Rod Digger, and Godfrey. I did that show. Great platform. What's the real issue you have with Glaze? Nothing. And when y'all see my book, y'all gonna see something that I wrote about as I was editing the book. I was writing about Glaze in 2018. That's about when I met him, and I was writing about our interactions and the complexion of our relationship at the time. So you're gonna see that we ain't never had no problem. You're gonna see that he tried to cut into me too. I read it yesterday and shit. He said, "What trend did Dipset start?" Make sure y'all watch that whole Planet Asia interview in its entirety and shit. It's long. It's an hour and 20 something minutes. It's a lot of hip hop in there. Supreme, I mean, you funny guy. He said, niggas scared to get the vax, but we got to call it the jab. Niggas scared to get the jab, but do hella drugs. It's cool for every nigga except for a West one to bang. Them niggas in the West started that gang banging shit. That's their heritage, I guess. I don't know. It's wrong. It's stupid to be killing each other at this point. It was stupid to be killing each other in the 70s and shit. But they grew up doing that shit. Do you know how twisted gang banging became once it came to the East Coast? Do you know how ridiculous it is? Niggas just don't want to stop because they dedicated their lives to it. They got it tattooed on them and shit like that, but they just don't want to step back and say, yo, this is some dumb shit. Like, especially if you're an adult. What is this for? What is this for? What is it for? Can't nobody tell you that. My man said, since I got the jab, my taste been fucked up. Ron BX, of course. This is Gully TV. Coast to coast hip hop coverage. Chicago was banging way before Cali. That's their culture too. Chicago shit just spun out of control too. At this point, you ask yourself, what the fuck is this for? When Jeff Ford had a community center called the Fort. Whatever they was doing in there, I don't know. But they was having feasts in that motherfucker. They was feeding people out of that motherfucker and all of that. I don't see these, I don't know, gang organizations doing no shit like that. All I see them doing right now is just killing and tearing shit up. He said they love New York bangers, but hate on the West Coast. I don't know how anybody could hate on anybody who was original with their shit. That's... He said Chicago used to be cool early 2000s. King Odie. He's still around. I don't know. Anyway, we've been here an hour. Like the video, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Enjoy y'all Sunday. I got some editing to do. I appreciate all of the super chats. Make sure y'all go check out that new interview that Beanie Sigel did on Drink Champs. It's a must-see. Again, if you play this shit back, you're going to see I did some time with Beanie Siegel's cousin, Pooh Presley and shit. And he been told us about this incident, about Jay-Z saying he wouldn't vouch for him in court. I knew about this in 2004. I did. Master of the Zeros. Just another 5 to make it a cool 20. PA shit. Appreciate your super chat. Make sure y'all share this video. He said, I just heard the song Gully by Fat Joe. What song you talking about? Don't nobody know what I was talking about except people from Trenton, New Jersey. Because they even mentioned it to me. They said, we know what you was talking about. Lowe's World, thank you. Make sure you subscribe and subscribe to my sports channel too, Gully TV Sports. It's 1,000 people here. If I can just get 200 of y'all to subscribe to Gully TV Sports, that'd be fabulous. He said, I knew about Jay-Z refusing beans back then. Yeah. Gratitude. The Planet Asia interview was amazing. This is that hip-hop shit. Hip-hop, sports, and fashion. Hip-hop, sports, and fashion. The real Gully TV. You're not going to get this shit nowhere else, but I got the Gully TV sports platform popping. I did my first live stream the other night about the Russell Westbrook trade to the Lakers. It was dope. Going over there and do it now. He said, this is the Tuskegee Experiment 2021. I ain't trusting it. I ain't trusting it. He said the judge didn't ask Jay-Z, can I trust him with you? No, he asked Jay-Z, can I trust that you'll be responsible for him if I let him go or if I free him? Jay-Z said, no, that had to have been damaging. That probably did damage to Beanie Siegel's situation. That Jay-Z said, no, I know the judge was like, oh, boy, it ain't no hope for this guy. His man don't even want him. So, cosmetology based at Gully TV got this on Smack. Niggas want content, man. Niggas want crack content. Period. Y'all want motherfucker to come here and feed y'all addict, y'all addiction. Y'all got the same addiction as me. Hip hop music and sneakers. It's been like that my whole life. You dig what I'm saying? Come get your addiction filled. Come get your cup filled and shit. Come get a dose. Gully TV shit. Word. He said responsible for his whereabouts. He couldn't be responsible for him, period. Period. That's what he said. Anyway, Honest Jay, what's up, pimp? I see you over there in my Gully TV Sports chat. Chris, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Happy Sunday. Peace to everybody who was in the chat. Appreciate the super chats. Follow me on IG, Gully TV World. And follow me on Twitter, Gully TV 1. Peace.